Hey guys, CSGN here, back again. And today, talking about something I wanted to talk about last week, I just never got around to, was the Madden 21. I don't know if it was a first look trailer, but whatever it was. The Madden 21 trailer, the trailer started with Patrick Mahomes telling everyone to stay home, be safe, all that stuff. And then they showed like the history, I guess like the point was the evolution of Madden through every console generation. And then they showed a little bit of footage of Madden 21, and honestly, it looked pretty much the same as Madden 20, which I personally expected. I think if anyone knew anything about this upcoming console generation, we weren't going to see that big of a jump in fidelity in terms of like how the game looked. Maybe improved textures somewhat, a little bit, things like that, but I think mostly it came from actual performance of the game. High frame rates, less loading, those sorts of things I think is really what this generation is going to really focus on. So not too surprised in that regards. My hope with this game is that we're not going to see maybe the loss of features that we've seen in previous generation jumps, particularly from PS2 to PS3. So I guess that's a good thing. They really didn't, from a graphic standpoint, gameplay standpoint, it looked pretty much the same. Patrick Mahomes, you saw him get spun. You know that animation that you've had where you've sort of spun off a guy, but you can't ever really control it too well. You're sort of just like stuck in that motion until you get tackled. It looks like he got spun out of the, like Patrick Mahomes wanted that spin truck, whatever animation, but he was able to sort of regain control a little bit quicker than what you can do currently in Madden 20. So maybe that is one of the things that they worked on, because there are a few animations in this game where you're sort of just like stuck, and it looks like maybe they've cleaned that up a little bit. We'll see how that plays out. That could be something that's really nice for the first start of the game when it comes out in August. I'm assuming it comes out in August. When it comes out in August, it could be something that works really nice, but by the time we get into, I don't know, like September, mid-October, the super competitive, ultra uber Madden champions, MUT guys will probably complain about it, and then it'll be nerfed, and then it'll be back to how it was like in Madden 20, and then everyone will be pissed, and then they'll nerf it or buff it back to where it was when the game kind of came out, but they'll probably go too far, and then, by like December, we'll end up with like a nerfed version of it, but not as nerfed as it was in September. So that's just, sort of the cycle of Madden. It's the way it goes every year. I don't expect any big visual changes, things like that. So my hope for Madden 21 is that maybe, this was a year that we maybe got a big jump in in features for franchise mode. I hope, I think so many people have said it before. I think that franchise guy has said it before. I think other YouTubers, Mr. Hurricane, have maybe echoed this sentiment, but 1 year, if they just take 1 year and focus on franchise mode for an entire dev cycle, just 1 year of just full-on investment in the franchise, I think you'll end up with a situation where you have those minimal improvements in franchise mode from year to year, but it's not as bad because you spend a whole year working on it. So now you don't necessarily have to touch franchise mode too much because you've done it for a year, and now you can sort of make minimal improvements to it for the next couple years. Just take 1 year, really put a focus on franchise mode, and hopefully, we get some core things that we've wanted back. Hopefully we get those training camp mini games back. Create a team, expansion, things like that, better stat tracking, things like that. Maybe head coach, coaching carousels, full coaching staffs. Hopefully with this game not looking like a big visual upgrade, not being a big engine upgrade. Hopefully they took some time this year and maybe really made the best franchise mode that they can possibly put together. That's sort of my hope with Madden 21, but we'll have to wait and see until probably next month. I think maybe next month, maybe July. I'm not really. I think next month. I mean, the game should be pegged to come out in August. So, unless, I feel like unless Corona has really thrown things into a loop for them, I feel like they should be fine mostly. I feel like a lot of the core work that should have been done in the game was probably done by the time Florida even had a shutdown order or whenever EA sent their employees home. I feel like a lot of the core things should have been done anyways. At that point, when the world sort of came to a halt, like they really should just only been in a sort of polishing stage, getting it ready for that, first alpha stage, things like that. I feel like features and things like that should have been done. So don't let them try to use that as an excuse when it possibly comes out that they didn't do anything for franchise mode, because they won't do anything for franchise mode. They'll say, oh, well, Corona, but somehow Mutt got, a whole bunch of new features. Somehow Superstar KO mode and something else got added to the game, but they'll say they didn't have time for franchise mode. Don't believe them when they eventually probably will say that. Just got to hold their feet to it, man, every year. I think that's something that we really got to do. So hopefully they finally maybe invested some time into franchise mode. Don't expect crazy graphics from this game. I would say just expect maybe some under the hood improvements, gameplay wise, and hopefully polishing. Hopefully some things are just better with AI logic, with the power of the CPUs in this game, and the new consoles that are coming out. I don't know how that'll affect maybe current gen Madden when it comes out. I just don't. I don't think it's gonna be like last console generation where we had last gen Madden, and then you had on PS3, and then on PS4 you had Madden that looked like way better than PS3 Madden. I think both games on both systems across the board should look the same. I think we're not going to see like a real next gen Madden until like Madden 22 possibly. That's the way it looks for right now. I think they're going to focus on really polishing up the current gen versions of the game. I think when we get them on next gen, what we're going to get is mostly frame rate increases and things like that. So I've been rambling. I've been all over the place in this video. That's just how I do. You guys know me. Whenever I do one of these videos that aren't like scripted or something like that, I ramble and come up with a million different points that I probably should have thought of before and written out. So yeah, either way, if you guys are still watching this, I want to thank you for watching. Content will resume. I don't know when. I'm not feeling it right now. So I'm just not feeling it right now. I think I got the coronavirus blues right now. So I sleep, I get up, and I'm still tired. That's sort of what I've been going through right now. So, well, thank you guys for watching, and then I'll see you guys next time. Peace.